Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this integral. And we're once again just going to see how we can try to solve this, right? So generally speaking, we want to try. There are a couple of ways we can try. We can try one by subs, by two by trig, or three by parts. 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 Okay. And sometimes more often than not, you'll have to use a combination. But initially, just the trick, the hard part is figuring out which one to start off with initially. And usually there will be integrations within this that will need to be done by different ways, right? So generally, I try to see if I can get away with starting by substitution first, because that's generally the easiest thing to do. But that requires a certain kind of problem, and it doesn't look like this fits the bill because there's nothing we can substitute that when derived is already in this function, right? So for example, if we let u equals x cubed, right, then du is 3x squared dx. Okay, and there's no 3x squared term in here, so there's nothing we can substitute for du and dx, right? So this is probably not going to work. So let's just so so subs, nope, nope. Okay, so let's try with trig. Probably not, because the trigs requires a certain form, right? So we need to find something such that looks like 1 plus x squared, or 3 minus, or like 9, something like 9 minus x squared. If you see something like this, then generally speaking, you could probably get away with trig substitution. But let's just go ahead and do what we have to do. So we'll do by parts. Okay, so let's just recall the by parts equation, right? So by parts, so we have such that, so if you have integral such that f of x, it's in this form. So a function times the derivative of some other function. Okay, this is equal to it equals to f of x g of x minus the integral of f prime of x g of x. Okay, so now the question becomes, what in this it's not an equation, what do you call formula? Okay, whatever this is. what is what can we do, which part is f of x and which part is g prime of x, right? So the trick here is to sort of realize that whatever we pick for f of x and g prime of x, okay, we will eventually need to get the derivative of this function and the integral of this function, okay, because we need f prime of x here and we need g of x for these two parts, right? So ideally, it shouldn't be something that makes our lives harder by making it really difficult to differentiate or getting us a really complicated answer when we integrate it, because then we have to integrate, because if we have something complicated in here, we'll have to integrate that too, which is even more complicated, right? So so for this problem, and that's just a matter of practice, and you learn as you just keep practicing with these, right? So for this question, I'm going to let f of x be ln x and g prime of x equals x cubed. Okay, so the derivative of ln x is really straightforward. That's just 1 over x. Okay, and the integral of this is not bad either. It's just x to the fourth over 4, right? So in that case, this whole thing becomes the question: the integral of x cubed ln of x dx is f of x, which is ln of x, times g of x, which is x to the 4 over 4, minus this component. So this is just the integral of f prime of x, which is just 1 over x, times g of x, which is x to the 4th over 4 dx, right? Okay, so we can just simplify this because this x cancels out, so and this just becomes x to the x, this becomes 3, right? So, and we can pull this 1/4 out, so that's just the, so this is just the natural log of x to the 4 over 4 minus 1/4 times the integral of x cubed dx, right? Which, sorry about that noise if you're hearing it, that's just if I'm using the blender. Anyways, so now this is just straightforward. This is just ln of x to the 4 over 4 minus 1/4 times x to x cubed, sorry, x to the 4th over 4, which plus c, which is ln of x to the x cubed over 4 minus x to the 4 over 16 plus c. And that is our solution.